It's not.
First of all, happy birthday, happy 20th anniversary, Vicki and John. Hospice to RHONE, 20 years, just amazing. Happy, happy birthday. We are honored and thrilled to be part of this. For the record, we're really nervous, all of us up here, of course, except Steve. But we're really nervous, and I assured all of my producers, everyone up here, minus Steve and myself, English is not their first language by far. So I assured them that just speak from their heart, their passion, their wines, and I also took the liberty of sharing a quote with them in the hopes of putting their stress to ease. And it's a quote from Henry Kissinger. And Kissinger said, the great thing about being a celebrity is that if you bore the audience, if you bore the people, they'll think it's their fault. So, we hope you don't get bored, and if you are, it's your fault. Good morning. Thank you for indulging us this long introduction. Before we get started in earnest here, I wanted to share with you sort of a la late night television, a very quick, and meant to be quick, capsule version of 10 reasons why I think Spain, parenthesis, still, very much still, rocks. So here we go. 10 reasons why Spain still rocks. Starting with number 10. Ooh, I think Steve said it all. From the Mediterranean to the deep, cold waters of the Atlantic in Galicia, to the birthplace of paella in Valencia, this is a food lover's country. Diversity, 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 on all at an extraordinarily high level. How about olive oil? France, of course, has extraordinary olive oil, but it kind of starts south of the Loire. So you've got this dichotomy in gastronomic life in France. In the north, it's butter, cream. In the south, it's olive oil. Spain really doesn't have that dichotomy. Italy does. Spain is very much the quintessential devotee to all things olive oil. In fact, off the record, which I know is going to be difficult with great radio here, and others, but off the record, I would go out on a limb and predict that some of the greatest Tuscan extra virgin olive oil we ever had came from Spain.
No, say it isn't so.
That's my one moment of Oliver Stone conspiracy theory for the day. All right, number 8. The RHONE varietals that we're here to celebrate together, Grenache and Mourvedre, did indeed, as Steve said, begin their lives in Spain as Garnacha and Monastrell, not the other way around. Number 7. What country shouldn't be applauded for allowing you and encouraging you to meet friends, saddle up to a bar, and basically have what could be a 4 to 10 course small plate tasting menu with friends and a great glass of something local. All of this a good 2 to 3 hours before the appointed dinner hour. Number 6, jug wines. Yes, you heard me say that, jug wines. There's this wonderful, almost revisionist embrace of non-wood vessels for vinification and élevage of wines. So this goes back centuries, and Spain has a deep, deep history of amphora, tinajas, and you're going to see that manifest in what happens when a winemaker works with these historic jugs in Spain. Old vines. This in Spain is a reality, not a marketing gimmick. Number 4.
Is that vine old enough for you?
This was
These
photoshopped.
vines today in most of these ones.
Think local. Steve spoke to this earlier. Outside of Italy, Spain has more indigenous, unique indigenous varietals than any other country. Number 3. This is the one I am uniquely qualified to speak to as a Southern boy, having grown up in North Carolina. In my home states, in the Southern United States and Spain, in both places, we have officially classified pork as a vegetable. Someone that likes pork.
I was born of teetotaling Lutherans in Iowa. I get the pork thing, okay? I'm with you.
Number two, it's altitude, not attitude. Steve spoke to this. It's not this weltering seaside country. It's the third most mountainous country in Europe, after the Alps. Number one, muy importante, Daniel. Number one, out of all Europeans, it's the Spaniards that sleep the least. And this means many hours of sun and party. And on the advice of counsel, I would like to introduce Exhibit A and Exhibit B. Are we ready to start tasting wine?
Yeah.